Suddenly, every streaming service wants the next big romance adaptation, and BookTok is the reason.
Before all this had happened, and when I got cast, I didn't know the magnitude of the fan base yet, or BookTok or anything. Like I didn't even know what BookTok was. And then I see this, and I'm like, wow, okay, good to know before all of this happens.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Smut's pretty popular.
Yeah.
Who knew?
So
Who knew?
I didn't even know what smut was.
My fiance tells me about all this stuff, so
Yeah,
that's how I know.
but we were very aware of how important it was to a lot of people, and it just, we have a responsibility, and I'm glad that some people really enjoyed it.
In the past few years, BookTok accidentally became Hollywood's favorite scouting department. Because at this point, if a romance book gets enough engagement on TikTok, enough fan casts, enough "this ruined my life" reviews, that there's probably an executive somewhere trying to turn it into a TV show. And it makes complete sense. Studios are obsessed with built-in audiences right now. Superhero movies are not hitting the same way they used to. Original shows are getting canceled after just one season, and streaming services are desperate for fandoms that are actually emotionally invested. And romance readers, we are emotionally invested, like aggressively. We reread books, we make playlists, we create and consume so much social content, we buy special editions, we convince all of our friends to read the same series, and now Hollywood has realized that BookTok readers are basically free marketing. The moment this trend started feeling really real was when my favorite romance series of all time, the Windy City series, officially got announced for a TV adaptation. Yeah, that just happened. Because a few years ago, I don't think Hollywood would have touched sports romance like this. But now, hockey romance like Heated Rivalry, college romance like Off-Campus, emotionally unavailable men with trauma, well, apparently that is exactly what streaming services want, and BookTok is the reason why. One of the clearest examples of this shift started with Heated Rivalry. If you've been anywhere near romance BookTok, then you already know that Heated Rivalry basically developed a cult online following. Sports romance is huge right now, and hockey romance specifically has become completely unavoidable. And I'm not just saying that because I married a hockey player, but Heated Rivalry has the exact kind of fandom that streaming services want. They want the kind of audience that creates content before the show even comes out. And Heated Rivalry by Rachel Reed proved that readers will absolutely show up. And if Heated Rivalry felt like the beginning of this trend, then Off-Campus feels like the moment it went fully mainstream. Because Off-Campus by Elle Kennedy is kind of the perfect adaptation when you think about it. It already has a massive audience with recognizable characters, the relationship drama in the college setting, sports romance appeal, and the kind of book boyfriend energy that basically markets itself online. Garrett Graham has been internet famous for years before any adaptation even existed. And that is what's so interesting about BookTok. The audience is already there. People already know and love these characters. They've already casted the movies and TV shows. They have their favorite scenes. BookTok does half the marketing before the filming even starts. And Amazon especially seems very aware of how powerful romance audiences are becoming. Because if you look at shows like The Summer I Turned Pretty, they already know viewers love emotionally addictive relationship drama that keeps people binge watching. And I think romance adaptations are becoming one of the streaming services' biggest priorities now. And the thing is, this trend isn't just about popular romance books or romance books becoming more popular. It's about Hollywood realizing that women-driven fandoms are profitable. For years, romance readers were treated like this niche audience that nobody took seriously. Meanwhile, romance publishing has been massively successful forever. And then BookTok happened, and suddenly everybody could see the fandom in real time with millions of views, sold out books, viral videos. Entire stores have their BookTok favorite displays. And at that point, these adaptations were basically inevitable. So now I want to talk about some of the biggest BookTok adaptations that are actually worth watching and whether they're friendly for younger viewers, because let's be real, many are not. Starting with probably the most mainstream one, that's Bridgerton. Bridgerton changed everything for romance TV. It proved audiences would absolutely binge romance-focused storytelling if it was strong enough. And this is definitely not one for younger viewers, very much an 18 and older recommendation. And if you want something a little bit more teen-friendly, The Summer I Turned Pretty is probably the easiest entry point into the whole genre. Then there's Red, White, and Royal Blue, which became such a comfort watch for so many readers online. And then, of course, It Ends With Us, which became one of the most talked about adaptations online for good and bad reasons. It's PG-13, but I think it should be R. So I think we're about to see way more romance adaptations over the next few years, especially sports romance. I'm so excited for The Windy City and Lights Out. I would be shocked if more hockey romance series don't get announced soon, or just any romance series, really. But I want to know what you think. What BookTok book do you think should be adapted next? And why are you so excited for the Windy City series like me? And which one actually lived up to the book? Because that's a much harder question. For me, I was very impressed with how well done The Housemaid was. That book to movie adaptation was perfect. I didn't think I would like it as much as I did, but I really did like that one.